Look at that. Back already for Modus Unity versus MR. Game number 2 in Maincast Winter Brawl. And I had to double check my draft because for some reason Disruptor and Shadow Fiend were missing. But no, they appear again, Liz. And this time, Shadow Fiend appears on the other side.
I really, really worry for MR and their morale if this Shadow Fiend wins. This would be our first Shadow Fiend that would actually win in this tournament. And also MR just lost horribly with it. We'll see if Modus Unity are able to pull it off. MR they picked Puck and they picked themselves a Brew. Ghostic most likely going to play that Brew. Puck, I believe it's Kingar, right? You first pick it. It's most likely position 4.
Should be. Also, in fairness, Liz, their morale wouldn't matter because if they lost to the Shadow Fiend now, I believe they are out at that point. Yeah. Just brutally murdered and eliminated from the tournament.
But you know what? Whenever they feel bad and down on their morale, they can read their banner. I svoje naказanje jarosno je nad všem temi, kto zamislit odpravit bratve mojih I uznaješ ti što ime moje gospod. That's probably a psalm or something.
Sound like get a gospel right at the end. So.
Yeah, gospel. It is. It's like, and you will know my name is the Lord.
The Shadow Lord, the Shadow Fiend, being preached against.
Is there anyone with Lord in the game? There isn't. No hero.
Underlord.
Underlord. There you go. So it's a summon for Underlord. They need Underlord to win. That's it.
Against Shadow Fiend. No. Liz, no. This is bad.
We cracked MR and their cannon.
Hey, we can crack MR, but we're still struggling to crack MMR as a community in general. How the band's looking though? Oh, okay. So MR are scared of Naga.
They banned out the Naga and the Lycan, so pretty much they want to prevent Modus Unity from having this fast-paced lineup around Shadow Fiend. Obviously not the Naga, but
yeah, everything else.
Lycan and Tree definitely fit that, and also Naga. The way they played that last game is pretty much 4 protect 1. Play until Terrorblade is ready to fight, and then obliterate MR. And Naga would kind of fit the same role, right? You can pick Naga or TB and just play to have that one hero that will win you the game later on. This Disruptor also, I feel that the hero got buffed, obviously, and is picked very often. I think he's also benefits hugely from having an aggressive lineup, a lineup that can hunt and use that glimpse aggressively, because you don't want to be running away as a Disruptor. Also, Static Storm is pretty goddamn neat versus Puck and Brewmaster. And now they pick themselves up a Rubik. They're pretty much taking MR's last draft, Rubik and Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, we'll see if they go for the Centaur next. It could be an option as well because you don't have the Disruptor to then counter the Centaur.
And look at MR. They're kind of doing the same thing and taking the Vengeful away from Modus Unit.
I think the other thing, by the way, that made heroes like Disruptor and even Venge better is there's more vision on the map and there's more TP occurrences, right? So especially with Disruptor, with the outpost now being there, there's more opportunities to catch people out and send them back to their wrong locations.
Certainly. It's much, much easier. By the way, these 3 heroes from MR are super ambiguous, not transparent at all. You don't know which lane they will go to. You can guess Brew 4, Puck, Brew 3, Puck 4, Vengeful 5. You can guess that. That's most likely what's going to happen, but it's not necessary. All 3 of these heroes can lane pretty much anywhere. Brew has been played by LeBron in the past as a position 5. Vengeful can be your offlaner. Puck can be your mid. But wherever these heroes go, you have to understand that you're playing versus a Drow Ranger. And that's why PL was banned by Modus Unity and the Winter Wyvern. It all makes a lot of sense now. You have to find a way. You have to find a hero that's able to get on top of her. And something that was picked last game by MR that didn't work was Slark. Maybe it's difficult this game as well. You're playing versus Disruptor there, but it might be a good idea.
Possibly. I just feel like I think at this stage in your draft, if you end up going for something like a Slark, the Modus just prioritize Disruptor to rush nags, right? And then your Slark's out the game. Because obviously you can't build stats resistance against the Static
Mm.
Storm.
No, it's a difficult game for him.
Yeah.
But they have puck, they have control. You just need something to get on top of that row ranger easily. Something with a built-in mobility, or something that buys a blink dagger as position one. Let's see what they opt to go for. They go for Wraith King. I
Alright?
mean,
If you think
does
you're
fit
gonna die.
that role. Yeah, you can get that blink. You can get on top of Drow. You don't really care about Requiem so much as well as you have two lives.
There's a lot of damage early on as well, right? Because they changed the Vampiric Aura now so that it gives increased damage to Wraith King. And then you're going to have Avenge amping your stats up. And also Brewmaster, another hero that uses those kind of amplifications early
And
really
also
well.
Brewmaster, one of those heroes that usually buys Vlad's AC,
Helmet Dominator.
also Helm of Dominator. Yeah, exactly. So no, Wraith King, it looks decent. I don't think he's nearly as. It's not that I don't think. I know that he's not nearly as popular in the meta as Drow Ranger is, but maybe it is time for them to experiment because they've had no luck in the last 2 days.
No. They do have a lot of HP in fights, though, if you think about that, right? Like, Wraith King, he has that second life because of Reincarnate. Venge, after you go down, you still actually help out in the fights. And then Brewmaster has a split, which is kind of like a second health pool for him as well.
So that's the plan.
Just
We're gonna
out
die
survive.
anyway. Yeah, we're gonna die anyway, boys. Let's try. Let's try to
Hey,
fight them from
that
beyond the
was
grave.
that was the old Wraith King strat, if you recall, right? Was it TI7 around there? Just build Ags. It's like, if I can't win this team fight, neither can you.
Mm.
It's pretty effective back then.
It was never effective. Stop imagining.
What are you on about? Okay, no, it was.
Aghanim's Raid King. It worked
Uh,
1 out of 100 games
hear
in
me out.
competitive scene.
Hear me out, Liz. They just didn't take it far enough. What you need is an Ags and a refresher as your refresher is your seventh item, by the way. Because what you do is then when you pop the Ags, you pull the refresher out. You have enough time to refresh, and you come back again for like the third time.
All right. All right.
That requires
I'll,
seven
I'll
slowing, though. In
indulge your
fairness.
I'll go with your crazy dreams of Raid King Gags, but I don't think we're gonna see that.
No, you don't really see it now. Like, if games weren't late enough, it could be something we see, but quite often games are finishing by the sixth items occurring. There's not really much time left for many people to get, like, Symph or get to the fourth Roshan. Well,
I don't
Beastmaster,
know.
more
They
push.
picked Beast. There's more push. This probably means that the puck is mid, right? And Beast is offlane, so Vengeful and Brew will be your. I don't know, but I guess 4 and 5. We'll see. Their lineup is definitely very ambiguous, but at the same time, man, Modus Unity, they have Drow, SF, they have so much potential with this Drow, as long as they don't get ran over. But there is potential for MR to do exactly that. We'll see if they'll manage to, but they have to play a fast-paced game that's basically centered around just dominating this Drow on the lane and off the lane.
Yeah, definitely have heroes that can pressure there. Although Disruptor has proven himself to be one of the best trading supports in the game in the current patch.
Dude, level 2 Disruptor's Thunder Strike is
It's
amazing.
pretty ridiculous. Yeah, the movement slow and attack slow is really awkward because it's such a small window. But even the
that
attack slow.
That spell, even before the patch, used to be the highest nuke level 1.
Yeah.
It dealt the most damage of any level 1 spells, and now it's buffed as well. And plus, level 2, I believe, has been buffed, so you get it on level 2. It's great. Oh, well, that's one way of slowing things down, but they have a lot of silences, a lot of control for Timbersaw. Uh, minus armor from the Vengeful as well. Yeah, it will be that position 5 Brewmaster that we talked about.
In fairness,
But
though, they also have a lot of strength heroes, and I think the term you used in
yeah.
the past is a lot of crap, right? Like, you got the Wraith King Skelly Bros, the Beastmaster army, lots of stuff to
Beastmaster
stack up
army.
all your reactive armor constantly.
No, I completely agree with you. I think Timbersaw can be hit or miss this game. Like if he has a good start and if he gets a couple of bracers, couple of good items, then suddenly he's unkillable. But if they start dominating him, they will never stop. That's pretty much it. And this Timbersaw, they really need to help him out. You can't throw him under the bus. Like this guy, you need to go on a lane with him and you need to give him a good start. If you don't, he's going to be irrelevant. And if you have a strong Timbersaw, you'll have a strong frontliner that will create so much chaos and will allow your Drow Ranger and Shadow Fiend to play around him. Um, Again, I need to say that I like MR's draft a bit better. Timbersaw is a good pick, and they outplayed MR in that first game, but their lineup, even though it looks more in the meta, doesn't look nearly as composed and as Dandy's MR.
Yeah, that's the thing you mentioned about the Timber, right? It's either you're gonna be the last man standing or you're gonna be an SNM theme. And right now, Dendi is the one holding the whip. Because I think if he like rushes a veil and just starts rotating, Fogus doesn't get a game and just is easy pickings for this team.
Look, you have team fight on the side of MR. You have pick off. You have control. You have save with the vengeful spirit. Like if vengeful spirit, it is a position for Venge, and if she gets good levels, good items, suddenly you don't have to get on top of Drow with blink daggers. You can swap her in, so you can close distance in that way. Um, there's just everything on the side of MR. On the side of Mu, you have some frontliner in the form of Timbersaw, but the rest of your team fight looks very lackluster unless you're super in front.
Also, another little bonus factor that Venge gives you the means to snap coils as well. We've
Yep.
seen how strong the puck can be without that variable in a team, but when you add that in, it's just incredibly easy pickoffs.
And then when you think about it, Drow and SF are definitely a really, really strong combo.
Yeah, they've like doubled
So
down the glass cannon theory that MR were running last game with the SF. But there is a lack of save, shall we say. Like these supports kind of want to be initiating. Like Rubik can do a little bit, but usually when you think of Disruptor as this hero that usually wants to be starting the fight, winning the initial engagement, and then finding pickoffs on the retreat. Whereas I think it would be fair to say that MR, with the Reincarnate, they got that second life there. They've got some resets with the Primal
it looks
Rules.
easier, right?
Yes, they
Like
can just
anything
throw spells, right?
just show spells kill people. It looks easier, even if their lanes don't go super well. I think they still have everything they need to take down heroes.
I think the critical point will be Dendi. If he gets a quick veil, as I said, I think he'll rotate out, and it's just easier for a puck to rotate across the map than an SF right now.
Obviously, Puck has always been that playmaking hero. SF is always oriented a bit more to the jungle so that he gets his farm, so that he gets a couple of extra levels and items, while Puck, he just needs a couple of levels. That's 6, gets one good rune and starts rotating.
We'll
When you
get to
look at the
see if the brew can work this time as well. Like we've seen in the free roll so far, and that's where it's been failing. But 5 brew was popular around this time last year, right? And then it completely fell off.
5 brew started being popular about the same time it got changed, when it received those couple of changes with drunken brawler, the way it worked.
Yeah.
People started basically picking brew, buying stout shield, a lot of region, and going on safe lane as a position 5, and you couldn't fight him. He would just crit you to death. It was a bit different than it is right now, but still, I think it can work. It's a bit on a greedier side, but his carry isn't truly very greedy, as he has Raid King, so
Yeah, definitely the case that you can just run people down. I think it used to be Drunk Brawlers down to like, what, 15-second cooldown on level 1 or something. This uptime was just absurd. Got a little pause going on here.
still gonna be interesting to see SF in different hands. In last game, for everyone that didn't see it, Dandy was playing SF. It didn't really work out well for him. Now he's playing against SF, and you know what? If you lose now, you're out, kicked from your own team.
Yeah. The
That's
power
it.
and the power kicky could decide it. I feel like Disruptor could easily set up kills for the SF in this type of game. I think he's actually the main form of setup for SF, really, because these other two cores don't really enable or feed kills towards the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I mean Rubik is the main one, right?
Yeah.
And then Disruptor. Rubik is the one that can just
Lift,
run
drag
in,
back.
lift. Yeah, and he's also pretty good versus Puck, as you have that instant disable. But on the other side, you have much better heroes to do the same. You have Vengeful Spirit that can just rotate behind SF from that offlane, stun him, and then you follow up with the Puck. What's happening? What are we waiting for? Tell me. You
Uh,
know it, right?
no, I'm just updating the odds, all right? Or people complain that they are voting for the wrong team.
Drow Ranger is AFK a little bit. And if you can't read Drow's nickname, guys, it's Chikiriao. Chikiriao.
Chiki Riao.
Chikirao.
Tell me,
There
what
it
does it
is.
mean?
It doesn't. I don't know.
So how do you know that? That's what it means.
Cheeky breaky. I didn't say what it means. I said how to read it. That's all. Right, we'll have Dandy running mid as we thought. Same goes for Young G. And we'll have 2 tri-lanes right now at least. And Timbersaw is trying to go to the safe lane on the side of MU. Probably predicting that there will be some switch up from the side of MR as well.
Yeah,
I
just
think
trying to dodge the unfavorable lane.
There is no real unfavorable lane for DK Focus here. No matter where he goes, versus Beast or versus Wraith King, he's fine. As long as he gets to that level 3, he's completely good. Gets 2 levels in reactive armor and you can't mess with him anymore. He just becomes God mode on the lane. But I think what they're trying to do is maybe set up a tri-lane that will dominate Wraith King no matter what, with the Drow, Rubik, and Disruptor.
That's the thing. For him, like, if you think of it from both perspectives, right? If it's against Wraith King and he activates Skelly Bros, you're getting loads of reactive armor. If it's against the Beastmaster, he can't harass you out of the ball because you're just going to stack up the passive again.
Yeah, you can win early on. That's the only way.
Yeah, you have to pummel him before free, basically.
Exactly. And they are starting a tri-lane on the bottom lane with the Wraith King.
See if they actually hang here. Could be a try and try
maybe.
scenario.
Maybe someone will port up to help out Ghostic.
Nah. They waited halfway through the game to throw him under the bus last game. This time, maybe they just do it from the start.
That's a problem. We've seen what happens when Ghostic has a bad game. However, it's a Beastmaster, so it's a bit easier to play if it's not like a Panda.
Yeah, it's harder to trade with him and his army of boars. Scout the Rubik's up here, but Kikid is staying far back. He doesn't want to reveal that he's in this lane just yet. And they have started with the frost arrows, but exposed. They know now that things will come out. Bogus should realize there's 3 heroes down here, though, as they haven't shown anyone top yet other than Beastmaster. Stun out. Apparently he didn't notice. And he loved the Timber Chain as well. Oh, no.
He's
Perfectly
out.
timed stun. And is he out? One more hit.
He is out.
King R, he was halfway through winding up his arm for the hit there.
He believed. He believed and he lived. But there's no solve for him. And he's only level 1, so it's going to be difficult to survive here and get a lot of experience if they continue denying.
No reason not to. It's not like you're threatened by a Rubik Timbersaw at level 1.
Yeah, and Rubik, the best thing he could do is mess up Kingar's pull, but he's not doing that. He is leeching experience instead. Very, very unfortunate for DK Focus. I think maybe in this situation it would have been even better for him if he died, because he'd be able to come back and contest the last hits. He'd get that level 2 easier.
Yeah, now it's going to take a little bit longer, and it's not like Beastmaster's going to suffer in that 2-on-1 scenario, as the boars do allow him to still trade with these heroes.
What boars allow him to do even better is prevent Disruptor pulling. As long as Disruptor isn't pulling, he has the equilibrium in a favorable position. But yeah, the boar just died, and Disruptor pulls.
Hawk will spot it out at least. Bogus, going on him again. Got the Timber Chain to get away, but still just taking a lot of harassment and only has 3 tangos left already.
Taking a lot of harassment and also being completely zoned. Look at where the creeps are. And Radiant is actually pushing on this bottom lane. Fogus is unable to do anything here. He has 1 CS.
And we've seen Timber's not really a hero that tends to work well from behind.
And look at mid.
I think the word is domination.
Dandy right now doing really well. 7 denies, 13 last hits versus 8-1 on SF. Is to be expected though. Puck on level 1 just has so much damage. With an all talisman versus SF, it isn't easy. It isn't hard to start well.
No, he's at least got some mangoes coming out. They're diving the tower. Timber did get 2, so he has the reactive armor this time around. But he's still feeling the pain. LeBron grabs his new item. Yeah, they got the headdress. They can sustain a bit better here. Skilly Bro is activated, but LeBron dragged in deep and needs to retreat.
Stuns were coming off cooldown, but they decided not to go because that tower hurts pretty damn much right now.
Yeah, it's also it's a bit like a pseudo reactive armor level 2, right? Because you get +3 armor. So Timber's not an easy kill. But TSA, well, that one's much easier, especially when he doesn't have any mana to defend himself.
Sticks?
Just about.
Is not even close, just as planned.
It's the first blood. They don't want to give it over so badly.
That's so good for Rubik because Timber got some space and some. Oh,
you say that. Not good. Really not good, Liz.
Maybe it is.
Nope. Magic missile, and there's your first blood.
Close. It had to happen at some point. It's a tri-lane, so eventually you have to die. If you aren't dying, they're doing something horribly wrong. But he will get that level 3 soon. And with that level 3, he'll most likely get the level 2 reactive armor, which will make the lane easier. But TSA, man, you have to... He's a position 4. He's not a 5, I'll give him that. But he has to work on his pulling skills. Maybe he was trying only to stack. Nah, he wasn't. He was pulling so far away. He was trying to pull. Didn't work.
Meanwhile, on the top lane, though, we haven't checked that out too much. Ghostic did have his Corey sniped out, so he's had to play more defensive here. He actually has less CS than the Timber right now.
A bit better in the experience department, but yeah. He's also been sacked completely.
Cheeky rotation attempt from LeBron to the mid lane as Dendy has a DD. He might just kill this. Oh, there's a salve, gets cancelled out, and that's an awkward moment.
Might kill him now with one orb.
Orb in, sees him. One more hit needed.
Oh,
LeBron
maybe not.
Makes him a little bit drunk. Rotation out from TSA will protect the Shadow Fiend successfully. Dendy, he has the regen.
That's a good rotation by Rubik. Helps him out. There is no... It's not necessary for him to stay bottom anyway because Timbersaw is farming, yeah. And also Panda rotated out, so it's one-on-one. Timbersaw should win this right now.
Yeah, this is the part where Kaysani just has to try and focus on his farming. You don't really have the kill potential once there's 2 points in the passive for the Timber. How's Kiki looking right now?
They are rotating down. Vengeful is here, so is the Panda.
Yeah, he doesn't have reactive stacks right now. They could kill him here. Magic missile. There's the Ray Fire Blast as well. Surround him on all sides. Sticks. Do just about get him out, so he will live.
He's fine. Yeah. And he has those stacks, so he's completely good. Has bonus HP regen.
They're investing a lot in making sure Timber doesn't have a game, though. It is at the sacrifice of Ghostic, however.
Yep.
Who is sitting... God.
The thing is, they're investing 3 heroes, while on the other side, you aren't investing so many for Ghostic, only the Disruptor.
Yeah, so, and look at the net worth as well. Like, Timber's getting gold, while Ghostic is sitting bottom of the net worth chart with the Disruptor.
There's Hasted Vengeful mid lane, though.
Magic Missile out, lose your orb through, and that should be a kill on a Young G. Dendy will be able to move away in time. King R still has the haste, so he can retreat as well. Or can he? Oh, no.
He has sticks,
Just in time?
It won't be enough. It won't be enough. One more.
There it is. He needed like 5 more health. Thunderstrike level 2 is the pain in the ass. He gets back up just in time to yoink the rune as well.
Yeah, when you look at the net worth, Dendy is actually dominating mid lane. He is what, 400 ahead of SF after this. He's having a really good game.
Is a concern about the amount of gold that Drow's got early on, though. Top of the net worth chart with a decent lead.
It's about which one of these heroes is supposed to do a lot after the laning stage, and it's definitely not Drow. Drow is the goes to jungle. SF is the one that's supposed to, I hope, play make for MU, but when you win versus him so much, this jungle is going to be clumped up by Drow, by SF, yeah.
And then it's just a Timber on the map, and this Timber didn't have a great start. Ooh. Kaysani almost lost the poor man shield there. Just about yoinked it.
Puck, rotate, stop.
In, lose your orb. Dream call for the kill onto Kikid. They'll glimpse Puck away, but he hangs around and we'll be able to get the kill. Yeah, King R's going to go down. Trade. The multi-shot.
This is a great trade.
Dendy has to be careful.
They can get Dendy.
Oh, the lift drags back. He moves away and lose your orb though. And they do have a shrine.
Yeah, sadly no Gust. They're still leveled. It's usually not what you level early on. Puck manages to get away this time, but that's a rotation by Puck. That gives a lot of space to SF and also you trade your position 4 for position 5, so you're completely happy. You're completely happy if you're Mu with that trade.
Yeah. And it's not surprising who said that the Gust wasn't leveled by Drow, especially when you have a free lane. That was the other kind of fact that you never put a point in the Gust if you're just farming this much. You want to
He's
max
not
out
using
Monk
the
Shot.
shovel. KP, he's not using the
No.
shovel.
What? The SF? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Get your
Hooray.
TPs, all right? Encouraging you to get active by giving you free TPs.
And he finds some stacks that were stacked for him by Rubik. You see, that's the thing. Timber saw at one point he was just left alone while they were trying to tri-lane him. Meanwhile, Disruptor was dominating Beastmaster while Rubik was making stacks for Shadow Fiend. So overall, they definitely played early game much, much better on the side of MU.
A little bit of a sucky item for MU, though. They got the poor man shield on a team that is almost entirely ranged heroes.
Do I call them MU or do I just go Moo?
Moo sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Moo.
Moo.
Well,
Like a cow to the slaughter. Disruptor, that's the
Run,
second
Moo.
time they've done this to him.
I love how he glimpses the target just before he dies. Here you go.
Just scram. He's like, get him out of XP range. Get him out of XP range.
Yeah, it's not even worth it. Like, glimpse, it's such a long cooldown. Lol. You respawn and now you don't have that to work with.
And then even TP's out. You might as well just walk out at this point. You'll have it off cooldown when you arrive. Maybe they could kill Ghostic, though. He does have level 6. And the difference here now is Drow has a point in Gust.
He has a hawk, and there's no glimpse, so it should be difficult.
Yeah, he'll just move the tree line. Says no thank you. Does have a TP to escape if need be. And does have something before items come. He's going to have the buckler. He's going to have a little bit more sustain on the lane.
They will try to go for this bottom outpost and perhaps go for the timber kill too. Let's see, DK Fogas.
I just need
He
to capture.
fears no man.
Yeah, but he has no way of stopping him from capturing. Always love that against these no stun lineups. You just sit there, it's like, well, you can hit me, but I'm not stopping my worship of an outpost here, buddy.
Exactly. When you think about the stuns and control, there's plenty on the side of MR, but on the side of Mu, there's what left from Rubik, and that's it.
Glimpse is the only other one as well. But not the ideal way you want to be using it.
Stun, right? It's control, but not really a stun. That's all.
Yeah.
Very difficult for them to stop TPs.
Then the only other thing is Requiem, but that's a charge up time that you can be jumped in, especially when you mention the MR. They have all those stuns on their side. Owl spells don't work too good in that situation. With the catapults pushing in, MR pushing with this tier 1 mid, forces the rotations.
LeBron has split. This is a huge team fight about to happen.
Well, not if he gets gusted. That team fight might be over quick. The Dream Call comes out. Ghostic stops the Requiem from going out. Stack Storm's going to go down though. K-Sign not glimpsed inside. He did mistime that. Tim will cancel his TP as he takes the tier 1
mistakes
bot.
from both teams. On one side, you get this Panda so deep that he's just caught by Gust and killed off. Vengeful was way too close to him as well, so Kingar couldn't swap him out. Beastmaster just ran into them too, so some mistakes there. At the same time, it's not like Mu played that perfectly. That glimpse wasn't really on point. The ulti from Disruptor wasn't great. But in the end, Panda dies, and that's all. So
Probably
I
why.
think if you're MR, you're fine with that. It's your position 5, bro.
Yeah, it's probably why he just puts this glimpse on cooldown all the time anyway. Just warm up buttons. Also, they did get the deny on the bot tower. K-Sani TP back, and DFK Focus, he didn't have the damage to actually take out the tower, so half the gold going the way of MR.
Xani also going for a very, very active build. If you click on him, power threads into blade mail. So he wants to be actually armored blade mail, right? He wants to be super
Should
active.
be, yeah. Oh, mid. Young G. Magic Missile wasn't timed right. The weapon came out, and Puck is extremely low. Lift will be there, but nice stun out from LeBron with the split. Means that he can't finish off Dendy, and now they swap him in. I don't know if Puck wants to be as close to the Dream Core's there. And they're connecting on the one, though. Silence as well. Shadow Fiend. Living life on the edge. Dendy is doing enough here, though, that will get the kill on the SF. Dodges out the Requiem damage and moves away. PSA not able to actually get any sort of rebuttal kill, and the rotation from Drow won't get anything either, as LeBron does have the Drunken Brawler.
Fogas is here, but can he do enough? Still no control.
They have the Magic Missile. King R will throw it out, but nice arrow. Oh, one. And Focus says, I'm not having that.
Yeah, LeBron is still hiding in the trees. Should be careful. There is a timber nearby, so maybe those trees will be destroyed, but
quite a few heroes nearby. They desperately want to get their hands on this tier 1 tower.
Timber also has Royal Jelly, by the way. So much regional.
Oh, God. Who'd you give the other one to? Should be Rubik, right? Was he just holding on to it? Wraith King?
SF.
Hello?
SF has the other one.
SF.
Meanwhile, Wraith King, yeah, he gets also the kill on Wraith King. Together with his boy Rubik.
So plenty of games for SF in this game, and we mentioned it before. Unlike the last SF game, this is one with a drow, right? So you're going to benefit so much from that marksmanship.
And because of that, you don't go for some build like a Yules, you know, some magic build. You go for this super right-click oriented build. Power threads drums into BKB instantly. And then you're looking to fight 24/7.
Yeah, the UG I hit you build. As you said, they know they can't win on the stun front, so if you just get in a scenario where you keep forcing fights and pushing buildings, MR suddenly have to make plays.
When you don't have control and you don't have catch, that's the only way to play.
Bogus. There's a lot of control for him. Not the easiest kill at this point. The Primal Roy is thrown out, though. They're moving in right now. He has got the wand, but it won't be enough. They do bring him down with the assistance of Dendi. Swap. Kikid. Static Storm goes down. Onto 2 heroes. But there's no one here to follow up right now. Brewmaster scared away. They might get him in time. Yes. He's going to go down. Kaysani will also fall. Didn't get a chance to armlet toggle.
That's great. A great trade for Mu. It looked terrible for them. They lost the Timber Saw and then Disruptor as well. But Disruptor, just before dying, he has this habit of using all his spells before he dies. However, this time, he sets up a perfect counterplay there for the SF to channel the Requiem. Drow was there as well, and they get 2 massive kills on Panda and the Wraith King. Well, more on the Wraith King than the Panda, as he's not really a core this game, but definitely a good trade for Mu.
That was an important pick off on Brew as well, because he did have split coming off cooldown in about 10 seconds. So that stopped any sort of revolt, any sort of turnaround.
Also very interesting from Wraith King. Usually you save that 1 point and perhaps you go for ulti, but he hasn't opted to take that ulti at all so far.
Also, sometimes you tend to armlet toggle. He was there was a window there, but there was a lot of projectiles in fairness coming towards him.
He did try to armlet toggle, but it just didn't work.
Getting a little bit awkward. 4K net worth lead now for Mu, and like we said, these 2 cores. It's the synchronicity between the kind of complement of what they want to do, right? Like Drow wants to sit back, hit buildings. SF will enable that once he reaches 15. SF will also hit harder himself. As we said, it's kind of simple for them when it comes to what they want to do in the game. Timber, they've done this before.
Everything.
Every time for the Timber Saw kill, but Reinforcements are coming and Focus is still alive. Swap out. They can't get him. Static Storm's going to go down as well. Venge is caught out alongside Puck. Denny's also going to fall. And once again, they tried to go for the kill of the Focus. Fake Focus. Who cares about it? He's real Focus in our eyes now.
But I couldn't.
That's the Royal Jelly.
Royal Jelly and everything else, he actually managed to live. The mad lad. The fake Phobos. DK Fogus. Actually, Phobos is the fake Fogus. Look at this. There we go. Timber Saw.
It is baffling. Like, this happened last time, right? And they just about had the damage to kill Timber, but instantly got punished. This time, you're diving the tier 2 tower where he's got more armor, a big wand, and you're not learning from your mistakes. I mean, at least last time you got the kill first, but this time you don't even get that.
When you don't learn from your mistakes first time, just go and dive even a harder target. A Timber Saw that has more, and you dive him under a tier 2.
And now they're going to dive for his response, but this time around it's easier for them. Reincarnate's been used, Kinetic Field's down, and Kaysani's in a lot of trouble. Armlet toggle your way out of this one, sir. We dare you. And now they just get the push on. Shadow Fiend has got 15. He hasn't opted for a point in either talent yet. This should be the Presence Aura, though. They hit buildings so fast.
It would be really good. It would be really good for them right now. Pick it up.
Hello, Young. Hello.
Oh, this game might be.
Oh, got Brew. Alright, I mean, you bought back, but you got no split for 40 seconds. They should know this if they've done the maths as well. And now trying to catch Focus again. This time they learn from their mistakes, though they don't chase. But Mu in complete control of this game right now. And MR, oh, the smoke straight away. Look at this. They saw that Ghost Stick was mid. They want to connect.
They're trying to hunt him down. Or maybe just go for Rush with this smoke, right? They
have a lot of damage, yeah.
A lot of damage. All their ultis are there.
They're still hunting.
All the big spells.
They're going to find it as well. Kikid. Things come out. Vision is given the primal roar, but how do you run away now? There's stolen roar. TSA doesn't even have to use it. Static Storm goes down on the puck in the meantime, and Dendy, he might just melt to the drow here. He won't get a chance to survive even with the shrine. However, they're trying to go to drow now. K-Sunny does get close, but the timber arrives and causes a lot more damage. Stun comes out. Drow Rangers should be falling, but it's taking a long time. K-Sunny is almost dead, has to back away. Requiem comes out, scaring away LeBron. And the glimpse back is there. Swap out. K-Sunny protected the moment, but Timber chasing in. Only needs to spot one spell out, but he doesn't have the means to, as Chakram was coming back. Will follow through, finds the kill. They're not done though. Dendy, he committed the buyback for this. We'll be able to at least find a kill onto the disruptor. He needs more. The Dream Cool on the free. It's not good enough. They're waiting for him. They're like, come out. We're ready to play. Dendy will try to move away, but no hope in hell as he will also fall. That's his dieback.
That's a dieback from him. At least Drow is dead for 15 more seconds, so they will not go straight into the pit, but the game is looking very, very grim for LeBron and the rest of his dead teammates.
He's like trying to figure out what would you even build in this game.
You know, like they made the worst mistake they could have made in this game. They went for Timber 2-3 times in a row. It's like the only way, like, Mo, look at them. They have no ways of catching you. They have no ways of making big plays unless you waste everything you've got on that Timber and compromise yourself and your positioning. Once you do that, it's much easier for them to catch you while you're trying to retreat, either with Rubik or with Disruptor and his glimpses.
And Disruptor will definitely find you on a retreat because usually you're retreating from the tier 1 or tier 2 towers.
Exactly. It's so easy for them to counter when you're choosing these bad places to take your stand and take these fights.
And there's no real item coming that's going to help him anytime soon. Maybe the Spirit Vessel on King Eyes, 300 gold away. That's going to be the biggest power spike they'll have before Mu is in their base. In fact, Modus might be in their base sooner than that. They're moving towards it right now. They're taking out the tier 2s in both lanes.
Yeah, both tier 2s. And just making sure that they can go for megas if they go high ground right now. And you'll see DK Fogas just standing up front, tanking all the damage while Drow and SF hit from behind.
You say tanking damage, he says sustaining reactive armor stacks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tow's already gone. They've got Presence Aura affecting villains now, and it really shows.
Man, so many times I see MR play in this way. They're trying to defend high ground while Beastmaster, Ghostic, is trying to split push. And I haven't seen it work once so far.
Mid. Kesani, he's looking for a kill to kick Eve, but I think there might be a kill in response. Vengeance must be had. Wraith King is stunned up. Does have to reincarnate. But how do you get through and away on the second life? I don't think you do. Requiem. Gone! Oh, God!
Instantly.
So, hey, this is why you don't build Yules, folks. Yules, you wouldn't have been able to be on him like that. If it was a Wraith King, though, permanently just destroy him.
There is a smoke.
That's a runaway smoke.
MR, but yeah, they can't do anything with it.
Focus is like, hey guys, how's it going? You guys, you want to gank us? Well, Ghosty doesn't. He wants out. The Dream Call's there. The swap out. They're going on a Rubik right now, but King has to run for the high hills, so they're still chasing him. And TSA is still alive. He hasn't gone down just yet. The Fade Ball out before he dies. LeBron will get the split off in time. And that's hard to find a Young G. He does have the BKB and will activate it. Backs away and says, Drow, clean up the crew. Let's go. And LeBron knows he's going back in a casket.
That's LeBron dead. That's Wraith King just coming back up, but they're finding it very difficult to fight 5 versus 5 right now. They're just being picked off.
They might...
And the push is coming.
Exactly. And look at what Shadow Fiend just got. He's now got crits. You've seen how quickly K-Sign disappears. He doesn't have reincarnate for 50 seconds. This is at least another lane.
Is this the first SF that we've seen winning?
Maybe first or second. Glimpse, puck,
I believe.
Drag back, slowed as well. He dodges out. They'll go back to hitting the buildings. K-Sign trying to tempt them with items on the ground. Here's a poor man's. Just please stop hitting my buildings. Fogus says no. So now melee racks down. And this is the moment where MR might catch themselves out.
They don't even want to go for Fogus. You could see that Vengeful. He was close enough for the swap or the stun, but he didn't want to go. He understands that there's no way they kill this beast at the moment.
Fuck. Lift. Dust. Oh no, Dendy's dead. Oh. Rest in peace, Fairy Dragon. Now you might lose more. The 4-star forward looking on the Revenge. Now the Stack Storm goes down as well. They're trapping Kesani. He doesn't have to reincarnate. Just came off cooldown in time. Nope. He's going to come back up. Sure, you survived the first burst of damage, but you won't survive the second either. Or maybe the armor. He's panic spamming right now, but there it is. Catches him out. Focus just runs in deeper. Spirit Vessel on him. Doesn't seem to care, though. Has the Hood of Defiance and goes even deeper as he defies death and makes sure that MR have to retreat towards their fountain. Swap out. Goes there. Ooh, that was a good stun, but the Fade Bolt does finish off Beastmaster. And I don't think Modus are leaving. The GG comes out. MR are gone.
There are two kind of games with Timbersaw. The ones in which he's diving your fountain like this, and the ones in which he's just a creep that dies to anything. Sadly for MR and luckily for MU, it was the first part, in which you just go, you stand in front of them, they can't kill you, they desperately try to. Like that fight on the bottom tier 2 just ended the game. The mid fight when they killed the Timbersaw and they went for Disruptor was bad, and it gave Modus Unity a lot, but the bottom tier 2 fight just sealed the deal. They tried to go on a Timbersaw under a tier 2, he was getting armor from it, then there was Rubik to help him out a little bit, and they lost 4, I believe. Wraith King was the only hero left alive after that team fight. And when you lose these crucial mid-game team fights versus a lineup that has nothing else to do but snowball, you just lose the game as well. Modus Unity, they just started playing S5 from then on, put the Timber in front, the rest of them, we just follow him and kill anything that crosses his path. Very well played by Modus Unity. They 2-0 MR. Unexpected, honestly, but yeah, good performance by them.
Yeah, the difference between these guys and R and a U, and in the battle of Root, Unity comes out on top, which means they'll continue through to meet up against some other CIS folks. That's right. We're not done today. We do have one more best of 3, and after a short break, getting themselves a sandwich and getting composed, we should have Modus. A sandwich. Good old sandwich.
I need some sandwich and some coffee as well.
And some coffee. Coffee's good as well. And like, you just get your bets in as well over at GG Bet. Because up next, we got an interesting one. You've just seen Modus assert dominance over a former TI winner. The question is, can they assert dominance over Fly to Moon? It was meant to be MR's opportunity to get revenge for yesterday, but instead, we haven't seen Modus of Unity versus Fly to Moon before, but we will get to see it in a best of 3 after a short break.